What is up, everybody? Mikey there, Panzernator here with a World of Warships replay. The Benson, and it seems to be a trend on this channel, or at least with the replays I like to post for you, that my last game in a ship, that is, in a tech tree ship, whenever I play the game that earns me enough experience to research the next ship and eventually sell it, I tend to have a good game, and that is exactly what happened right here with the Benson. Not to spoil anything, but I mean, it's a replay. You know it's going to end up good, or at least there's going to be some lesson to be learned here. So, toot that horn, general quarters. We're being sportsmanlike. We got that beautiful American flag camouflage on in an American ship, so, following my own rules, of course. Trying to check it out, but, replays like to clip through your ships and everything. But yep, that was a good look at it right there. Good old glory, good old stars and stripes. Greatest flag of the greatest country in the world. If you disagree, you're wrong. But regardless, we're gonna sail through, and this is the New North map. They added some islands kind of to the right of sea. They broke up a big island into 3 smaller islands. I kind of like the look of it now. I feel like it's definitely a much improved map. It's one of the older maps in the game as far as I remember, but of course my memory could be incorrect. So I was adjusting my microphone there if you heard any noise that you're not supposed to hear. But yeah, so looking at the enemy team, they have a Baltimore, a Cleveland, and 2 Helenas. Radar and more radar and hydro and radar, and this is not fun for destroyers. Although I think we are going to turn out to be just fine. We spotted a Colorado and a Sims. A Helena is over there, and that Sims is, what is that Sims gonna do? I don't know, but I wish that our Cleveland and Boise and Charles Martel and whatever our battleships are, I wish they opened, okay, those are some shells flying in. They did open fire, and we are gonna fire some torpedoes at his smoke and see if we can't hit him or anything. So it appears that he has moved forward, so if we fire that way, and in case he goes back, there we go, flush him out. And hello there. Where did you come from? Yeah, that was a little concerning. By the way, this is before the update, the most recent update. If you're watching this right now, if you're watching this far in the future, I have no idea, but this is just before an update. Yes, I'm in my normal recording session where I have a bunch of replays the day I see a video from World of Warships. And I get to see Dash's lovely face, but at the same time, I think to myself, gosh darn it, I got to record me all them replays that I didn't get to yet. And yes, I sound at this moment in time just like oh, would you look at that? Yep, sea nerds. That's exactly what I wanted to do. That could not have gone better. Now we're taking control of the zone. We have killed the Sims, and we haven't been shot at yet. This is exactly the start we're looking for. Good old Benson. Whenever I explain to people, so the American destroyers, so the Japanese destroyers are very torpedo boaty, or they're very gunboaty. The American destroyers are kind of the Swiss Army knives. Are they the best gunboats? No, but they're damn good at it. Are they the best torpedo boats? No, but they're damn good at it. So they're kind of, they're kind of the Swiss Army knife, best of both worlds, all around good ships. The Russian destroyers are basically undersized cruisers. They're pretty much light cruisers. Don't know much about the German destroyers. The Pan-Asian destroyers are literally everyone else's destroyers with different torpedoes in the tubes. And the British destroyers, we'll see what they're good for. They got the single tubes, which will be very interesting to try out. And I'm noticing airplanes flying around, so I I speak. I've been accepted as a beta tester for the new carrier thing. I think I'm aiming at the Helena, or no, these are just random. But yeah, gonna be beta testing for the new carrier style of gameplay. So we'll see how that goes. We'll see how that works out, and how it works out being a ship in the new meta, or the proposed meta. Also, we're gonna have the submarine events. I kind of don't want them to add submarines to the game, like in terms of PvP, like PvE. Maybe I wish there were like different like PvE type missions where like someone could be a unique ship. Like one thing I think would be fun would be like especially if they add new carrier gameplay, which this is just me rambling on, not really talking about the game, but you know, I'm just trying not to die to these cruisers and trying to help my team win, you know, the usual stuff. But I think a cool PvE would be like a super ship. So like Project Habakkuk, the aircraft carrier that was made out of Pykrete ice or whatever. If you look at pictures of it, it has like the King George quad turrets like all over it or whatever. So I feel like you could have like 2, 3, 4, probably no more than 4 players operating on it, and you have a couple people operating flight squadrons off of it, and a couple people manning the turrets, and then you can have like, you know, some escort ships, and I feel like you can make a cool PvE mission that. There, of course, it would have to be fictional because the ship was never built because it was a giant block of ice. Like I can see why they chose not to do that. But man, if they did that, that would have been hilarious. Like just have an aircraft carrier that's literally just B-29s parked as if like, you know, they're F-14s on modern Nimitz or Gerald R. 4 classes. That would be hilarious. And then we got John Paul Jones over here in the Normandy. And then the other thing I think of whenever I think about Project Habakkuk, what if we kept that monstrosity as a museum ship? Like, it would obviously have to be somewhere far up north. Like, I don't know how cold it is in the north of England, but I think we'd have to keep it in Canada somewhere. Maybe even like the Hudson Bay or Alaska, or I don't even know if you'd be able to keep it, because I feel like it would. I feel like it would melt. Or what you would do is kind of like how they have the USS Alabama in like a swimming pool, or the USS Kidd on like basically on stilts. Oh, and this farragut's about to get wrecked. Just does not know I am here and all of that. But they'd probably let all the ice melt and just kind of build like an onshore like mounting for it, and then just have like something like, you know, be like, all of this is you know, just like empty space behind a curtain would be by the way, yeah, like I said, get wrecked. Hopefully we don't get hit by his torpedoes. That's gonna hit us. That is highly unfortunate. But at least we didn't end up like a Cleveland buddy. But yeah, I feel like to make that a museum ship, you just have to let the ice melt and just say like, yeah, this thing's never gonna float again. And like I said, just have like, you know, some kind of plywood mock-up of what the ice is, and then maybe you could do something like especially if it's far up north enough, you can have like every winter like redo the ice hull or whatever. I don't know. I'm just so off topic, but you know what? That's what you're here for. Scharnhorst, good old shiny horse and whatever. But yeah, we've killed 2 destroyers, which is kind of fun, you know, getting involved in the knife fight and everything. And yeah, so what were we? The whole reason we got off topic was I don't like submarines, or I don't feel we'll see in the update. You'll probably see this before I do, or you'll probably, well, the update is going up tomorrow, and this video is definitely going up later than tomorrow. It's going up today, which is when you're watching it, or yesterday if you're watching the day after, or several days in the past. But don't know. It's gonna be. I'm gonna reserve final judgment, of course, until we're gonna smoke and shoot this Bismarck here. I'm gonna reserve final judgment until I try it in the Halloween mode or whatever. But I don't. My gut feeling is I don't even think it fits into the role of surface combat because, I mean, again, well, with the Warships up there, we're gonna get another dev diary for Hearts of Iron 4, so we'll see what happens there. But in Hearts of Iron 4, like, I don't think submarines like necessarily got involved in like fleet operations like Surgal. I mean, there weren't that many fleet operations, but like, I don't know. Did the British have submarines? Like, did the British send submarines after the Bismarck? Or, I mean, I know American submarines like, laid in waiting and sunk like the Shenandoah and stuff like that, and like Japanese submarines sank the Indianapolis, but I don't think like in fleet versus fleet engagements, which World of Warships is supposed to model itself after, submarines were not involved. But then again, World of Warships doesn't mimic history that well anyway, considering naval engagements are actually relatively rare. I mean, what? I'm just thinking like Surigao Strait, the hunt for the Bismarck, probably some stuff at the beginning of the war. I mean, I can think of World War I, like Battle of Jutland, but like, again, Surigao Strait for World War II, for Japan. Pretty much everything else was carrier operations. What Surigao Strait is in the Philippines, the battle of Guadalcanal in the Solomons. There's some ship versus ship combat there, so I don't know. Maybe submarines fit perfectly into the game. Maybe they'll be my new favorite ship class, and I'll just have to eat my words. Who knows? But this Cleveland is going backwards, and our shells are just rainbow working over him, it appears. So, yeah, let's try to hit him. I think he's slowing down to go forward again. I'm not entirely sure. But our team does have a solid advantage, and hopefully we can capitalize on that. I'd love to set this Cleveland on fire. We've already set 2 fires this game, but only 2 fires from 90 something hits. Not ideal, but at the same time, we're having a lot of non-penetrating hits, so that's what happens. That's the thing with smoke and shoot. You'll get a lot of hits, but it'll just be nickel and dime type damage. But where you really get them is you just keep setting those fires and all of that. So we're going to help press the enemy. I'm getting a little too ambitious with the Cleveland, and then they got that Ognavoy on the other side of me. So we'll see what happens. That Ognavoy should be spotted soon with the Charles Martel flushing him out, and I'm coming in from the other direction. So, I say so a lot, don't I? Well, ooh, the Cleveland's using the real America camo, like the eagle and everything, and it's pretty cool. I like it. I can dig it. I'd like to sing him. And there's the Ognavoy. Do I break smoke protocol? Do you sink him? Yes, I do. Of course, the game... No, the game got all my turrets right. I had 3 turrets firing. Come on. Let's get our destroyer. Oh, and there we go. Enemy destroyer. Hey, Cleveland. No, Cleveland. No. Bad Cleveland. No, don't. No, 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 no. Guys. Guys. Go dark again. Don't shoot anything. Let's fix that. Please. Stop blowing holes in my ship. So, and of course, he pops radar, which I completely expected. But let's just kind of drop torps and run. Nice broken steering gear. Yes, it's a broken steering gear, but it doesn't show where my steering gear is locked because replays are still highly inadequate for replaying the game. I know it probably doesn't sell or there's not as much interest, but if Wargaming could just, like, I don't know, a dev in their free time. Because I know, like, some game developers, like, I know Paradox lets people work on things, like, in their free time. Like, that's how Bratton made the Netherlands focus tree that's coming in Man the Guns. Like, I'm sure there's someone in Wargaming who would want to spend their free time. Please, I'd love you forever. you know, making replays great again. But the Cleveland's out of radar range, running away from us. There's only 2 of them left. Let's just fire all of our guns, and hopefully we can hit him. I don't know why. I mean, I just keep checking out because I just kind of like it. It's habit. I'm used to. I know it kind of hurts my eyes whenever I am watching the replay, but whenever I'm in the game, like, I just got to do it. I got to make sure no torpedoes are coming after me. Make sure I'm being outflanked. And you know what? I know even though the 2 ships left are both in my sights, do not have radar in range, and do not have torpedoes at all, nor torpedoes that can reach me. It's a habit. I just got to do it. So we're going to help capture A. We're going to win on points shortly anyway, but we're just going to keep everything silent and try not to die and try and seal the deal. So, smoke's about to die out, but we're not in it anyway. And our whole team is coming in to close this thing down. But we're going to win by points in a few seconds anyway. So that is a victory for the green team. And one more tick, and we have won it. So I captured 2 of the 2, both B and C, as well as I was in the process of capturing A. But 63 damage on 118 hits and 5 torpedo hits. We sank 3 ships. They were all destroyers. So I am the only destroyer that is allowed to be there. I am top player, probably because of my team contributions. What does it say anything on damage? Blah, 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 blah. Capture points, I got 105 out of 120. And damage, we got about 9,000 from fires, 36,000 from torpedoes, and 18,000 from the main battery. That would be high explosives. But anyways, that was this replay. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you enjoyed the ramblings about the Habakkuk and torpedo thingies. What am I thinking of? Submarines. There we go. And the upcoming update. But anyways, that's all for this replay. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, be sure to leave a like, consider subscribing to the channel, follow me on Twitter, check out my Patreon page, and if you want to join the Panzer Nation Discord server, and if you have replays you want me to commentate over and upload to the channel, be sure to send them in. Thank you all so much for watching. Until the next one, this is Mikey Panzernator signing out. See you, nerds.